Hello students, I am Bimal sir, your science teacher. Today I will explain chapter number 10, light, reflection and refraction. First of all, I will explain you what is light. In previous standard, you have studied about waves. According to definition, wave is propagation of disturbance in medium or air or space. There are two main categories of waves. Mechanical waves, which require medium for the propagation, and non-mechanical wave, which does not require medium for the propagation. Light is an example of non-mechanical transverse wave. What is light? Non-mechanical transverse wave. In this chapter, we will consider that light propagates in straight line, a rectilinear path. Now I explain you reflection of light. The basic definition is when light incident on any opaque, that is non-transparent medium or surface, it bounces back in the same medium. This phenomenon is known as reflection of light. Friends, it is reflection that gives us vision. For instance, I can see this pen because the light incident on this pen get reflected and the ray of light enter in my eyes. So I can see this. So reflection gives us vision. Now let us understand laws of reflection. Consider a plain mirror which we use in our house to comb our hair. Plain mirror. Mirror is example is a small, simple but useful device to observe reflection. We can see our image when we are in front of plain mirror. Consider a plain mirror which is arranged horizontally. Now let ray of light incident at some point on the mirror. This is incident ray. The ray which incident on the mirror get reflected. You can see this is reflected ray. Here is the normal, that is perpendicular, drawn to the direction of mirror, normal. The angle made by incident ray with respect to normal is called incident angle, I or theta 1. The angle made by reflected ray with respect to normal is called reflected angle, angle of reflection, denoted by R or theta 2. Now, basic laws of reflection are incident ray, normal and reflected ray are in the same plane. In the same plane. They belong to same plane. Second law is incident ray angle I and reflected angle R are always equal. I is equal to angle I is equal to angle R, or theta 1 is equal to theta 2. It is not necessary that the reflecting surface is always polished or smooth or plain. Rough surface can also reflect the light, but the laws of reflection remain equally true for rough surface also. That is, whether the reflection is regular or irregular by the surface, then the laws of reflection are very true for both the cases. Now, let us see the reflection occurred by curved mirror. In our course, we have to study two type of mirrors. One is concave mirror, another is convex mirror. But to understand reflection by concave mirror or convex mirror, we have to understand certain terminology of the optics. Pay attention here. Consider a spherical surface, the sphere, the whole sphere made up of glass. This is a glass sphere. This is a glass sphere, right? You have seen the air bubbles, like that. So, if I make the internal surface of this glass sphere, this part, internal surface of glass sphere, if I make this surface reflecting, right, then this small part act as concave mirror. For example, take a spoon from your kitchen. You see, spoon has two surfaces, internal concave surface as well as external convex surface. Both surfaces are reflecting surface. If you keep a spoon in front of you, you will find image of your face in the spoon. So if internal surface is reflecting, then it is concave, and if you turn it by 180 degree, external surface is reflecting, it is convex. So this is concave part of the sphere. Here the internal side is made reflecting surface. Now this C is the center of the sphere. C is the center of sphere, and C is known as center of curvature for this part. I call this part MN. C, which is the center of sphere, it is known as center of curvature for this part of the mirror. Okay. The center of the sphere, center of this part, which is for us now a concave mirror. The center, midpoint of this part, I denote it by P. This part is called pole of the mirror. Pole of the mirror. The line passing through center as well as pole of the mirror. This axis, you see this axis, I use different color. The axis passing through pole and the center, this axis is called principal axis. Principal axis of the mirror. The distance between center of curvature and pole of the mirror, this distance between center and pole, this fine distance is known as radius of curvature for this mirror, denoted by R. Radius of curvature. R is called radius of curvature of the mirror. A ray of light which is parallel to the principal axis, incident ray. A ray of light which is parallel to the principal axis, when incident at some point here on the mirror, then it will reflect back and intersect at some point. This is reflected ray. At some point on the axis, the point where the reflected ray intersect the axis is known as focus of the given mirror, principal focus. Principal focus, right? The reflected ray intersect here. So all the rays which incident parallel to the principal axis on the mirror, they will reflected and they will meet at principal focus. Suppose I consider another ray which is parallel to the principal axis, it will again reflected and it will intersect here at the principal focus. The distance between principal focus and pole, this distance FP is defined as focal length, small f, focal length of given mirror. Small f is known as focal length, right? The relation between radius of curvature R and principal focal length F R for any type of mirror, large or small, convex or concave, for any type of mirror, R and F has relation always R is equal to 2F. Suppose for any mirror, focal length is say 15 centimeter. So radius of curvature will be 15 to the 30 centimeter. Suppose for any mirror, the radius of curvature is 40 centimeter. So 40 divided by 2, that is 20 centimeter is its focal length. Right? So these are the important quantities to understand mirror. One more thing, the diameter Mn, this distance is called aperture of the mirror. Aperture of the mirror means diameter of given concave mirror. If we cut this part of the sphere, this MPN, this part, then it will look like this. The external surface is opaque, non-transparent, but internal surface is reflecting. See, rays of light, when incident at an angle, they will get reflection. Right? The laws of principle hold true for concave mirror, for convex mirror, for plane mirror. Right? Now we discuss image formed by concave mirror for different positions of object. Consider a concave mirror let this be the pole of the mirror and here is axis, as I explained, principal axis, right? Now let the object infinite distance, very very far from the concave mirror, the rays of light coming from infinite are always parallel to principal axis. So, say object is somewhere here. Let us consider object like this. I call it AB. AB is object. This is our object, which is held vertical to the principal axis. Say pen or pin or whatever. It is very very far. So ray of light are parallel to principal axis, and as I explained previous, that the rays which incident parallel get reflected and they meet at focus. So image will be formed at focus here. Image will be formed here. Because all the rays of light emerging from the object, they travel parallel to the principal axis, they reflect from the different points on the mirror and they will meet at focus. Now, image is formed at the point where reflected rays meet or focus. So, if object is at infinite, then image is at focus. And here, small size, inverted and real image will be formed. Diminished, inverted and real image. Now there are two types of images. One, real image, which can you take on screen. The image which can be taken, which can be arranged on screen are real image. The image which cannot be taken on the screen, which is seen in the mirror only, it cannot be taken on screen, that is called virtual image. So in this case, when object is at infinite distance, image is formed at focus, the image is very very small, that is diminished image, inverted image and real image. Now I take object somewhere here. For instance, say this is center of curvature C. So now object AB is beyond center of curvature of the given mirror. So the image will form between C and F. This is A prime, A for this B. When image is beyond C, beyond center of curvature, object is beyond C, then image is between C and F. But the size of image is smaller than object. Small, diminished image. Inverted and real. Right? Inverted and real. If you take object on C, bring close to the mirror, let the object is now on center of curvature. Object is on C, then image will form on C. Image will form on C. That is at the same distance of the object. Object distance is measured from center of curvature is measured from pole denoted by U. All the distances of object and image are always measured with respect to P on the axis, pole. So image distance, object distance here is U. Image is at C, at center of curvature. Object is at center of curvature, so image is also at center of curvature. And you can see, friend, from the figure, the image is inverted. But this is a special case where object distance and image distance is denoted by V. Both are same. an object is placed at center of curvature, image distance and object distance are same. That is u equals v. One more thing, if I call height of image as hi and height of object is ho, then when object is on C, height of image is equal to height of object. Both are same. Now I bring object a little closer. If I put object between F and C, I take now object from C to between F and C, near to mirror. So the image will again shift away from the mirror and the size of image will increase. This is the case where image distance is more than object distance, height of image is more than height of object. So this is called enlarged image. When object is between center of curvature and principal focus, then the image is beyond C and height of image is more than height of object. This image is inverted, enlarged and real. All these images that can be taken on screen, that can be seen on screen, so they are real images. Okay, now I take object on F. Now I put object on F on principal focus. This is A, B. Or say this is A, this is B. Okay. Now object is on F. Now remember the first case. When object is at infinite, image is on F. Now if object is on F, on principal focus, then image is at infinite distance. If object is placed on principal focus of concave mirror, image is enlarged, very very large, at infinite distance and real. Okay? Now I discuss special case. Mind well. If object is placed between F and P, very close to the mirror, you can see here, object is placed between pole and principal focus. Now, image will differ. In previous cases we have seen that image is formed, inverted images are formed at the same side of object, right? The object is on left hand side, so image are also on left hand side. But when object is placed between principal focus and pole, then the side of image will change. Now image will form at opposite side to the object. So now image is enlarged. Image is enlarged. Erect and virtual. Image is enlarged, erect and virtual. Virtual image cannot be taken on screen, but it can be seen inside the mirror. Right? When object is placed between F and P, image is enlarged, erect and virtual. So these are the cases we have discussed for the image formation by concave mirror. a table is given in your textbook which give you information about the position of object, position of image and the characteristics of image. You must learn this table by heart because many questions in board examination are asked regarding this topic. Thank you.